Hey, this is Bentley. I'm going to go over our project and we're going to learn a little bit about um, storing records inside of our tables since we had on the last project worked on actually creating the tables. We're going to actually generate some records to throw in there. We'll kind of see how that works. Um, that's to be it. So I have that's just a comment I made. Um, So if the table exists, drops it. Um, this one has to be created first. It just essentially just creates some different columns, characters, and we kind of went over this in the last one, so I don't spend a whole lot of time. It's pretty self-explanatory. If it's an ID, it's going to automatically increment and assign a different variable for each one, so we have something to um, have like a unique identifier for each one of those customers and orders. Uh, yeah, it's all already, we already looked at that, so I don't want to spend too much time on that. Let's see, go back here. Okay, so this is the meats here. So we have a file that we're wanting to put contents in, and we're going to open data.sql, this one here. Uh, don't mind those errors right now. It's not 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 too important yet. So this is going to get random information from the file because we're wanting to generate random values. So we're going to re put in a file name as a parameter. We're going to read lines, skip empty, ignore new lines, and the array rand is going to generate random values from lines once it reads each one's. This is actually opening the data file, which data file is SQL. And then this was honestly pretty much just as simple as enough as just writing in a for loop that's from 1 to 150, or while it's less than or equal to 150, it's going to increment. We have street, it's going to pick a random number between 1 and these 4 and 9,999. Then it will get get the random call back to that function from that file street names.txt, and then it's going to get random from the cities.txt, and we just keep doing that. Zip is randomized. And then this is the part where we're actually wanting to write that into the data.sql. So we have fwrite, which means it's writing in that file. And then this is insert into address, which is the table we had, street, city, state, zip, and then these values here. And then it's going to drop a new line each time it does that. And it's pretty much the same thing throughout. There's not too much difference. Let's see. Yeah, it's straightforward. Converts to lowercase. Let's see. Guessing. No. Yeah, and like every time we did one for 750 and 350 did different like from the files on the homework. Um we just did a description, fantastic product name, and then it's going to get a random from the products.txt for all your needs. Let's see. The weight and based cost just took a random value between 1 and 50, and then 5 and 500. divided by 1.52. So, um, pretty straightforward. Mm, yeah, and then the rest was just mapping it, bringing those files, and then run through it. Then data was complete. And then after we run this here, bam, we should have a bunch of records now for address, customer, all all the things. And then use Superstore, which is because we want to use our Superstore database. That's why we're creating a database with all those values. So then we'll go to dbeaver and we have Superstore. And I literally, I just copied and pasted it into here since that generated the script. There's probably an easier way. Um, but this was the way that I found that was easiest. I let it generate the script over there. I put it in here and then I run it. Yes. Now, where I probably am going to have some duplicate values. So I will get thrown an error probably if it does find a duplicate value. And then I can just add it to the and then it'll add to the superstore. Error occurred. Yeah, duplicate entry. It'll do that because I've written this a couple of times already. So I'm just going to skip all and let it run its course. Okay, so it's done. This is going to keep moving, but it's done. Almost 3,000 updated records, and then let's see. Okay, uh, here tables. You can see we actually have some information here. Let's just look at customer just for just to see what that's looking like. Yep. And this, move this out the way. These are oh, that's not it. Yeah. These are our customer information. And let's look at it. Let's look at one more. Let's go to let's just do address. Yeah, address ID because we want a unique identifier on each one. We're having a new one for each address, city, state, and then a random zip. And that will do it. That covers this project. Yeah. So I will see y'all in the next one.